In today's video, we are talking all about the Dollar Tree Crafter Square canvases and ways that you can put these to good use. I have some really fun ideas I know you're going to love. Please give me a big thumbs up and let's hop on into it. Alright, so layering artwork has always been one of my favorite techniques, just getting artwork to stand out a little bit more. These black canvases work really great to add more depth to your canvases and give it more presence without just being hung alone. So I love to actually apply the canvas to the darker canvas. So I go ahead and use just a razor blade or utility knife and cut the canvas off of the frame and then just glue it onto the canvas. I didn't worry about it getting straight or anything. Sometimes I do if that's all I'm going to do, but I had a really fun idea to use my new gold foil that I've been loving using in the last couple of videos and actually putting it around this canvas. This is really going to make it pop, bring out those gold features that's on the vase in this artwork, and just make it a lot more pretty in my opinion. So I do take just some Dollar Tree Mod Podge, that's how I'm attaching it to the canvas, and then just start dabbing some around the edges. I purchased these gold foil sheets off of Amazon. I'll have them linked down below, but I'm still learning how to use them. Sometimes people want to use an adhesive that you can paint, let it get a little bit tacky, and then add them. I'm just going all in. Like I said, I might try some different techniques later on, but for now, I just applied some Mod Podge to the edge of this canvas because I want the gold to go in between the contrast of the black and the white, and then going to crumble up one of these sheets and then just take a soft brush and apply it to the adhesive, let it dry. Well, you're supposed to let it dry. I started like sealing it over before it was dry, so my gold pieces did move around a little bit, but I didn't mind. I still feel like it looks so good. This looks so intentional and looks like you'd have purchased it this way. I put a few little golden pieces around the edges so it wasn't just in a perfect border, but I thought this was so eye-catching and beautiful. Such a fun way to add that extra pop of gold, but make it look really intentional. And then now we can seal it off. I tried to drag it to the edge and you can see that it is moving a little bit of the golden sheets. So I am trying to just apply it to the gold and then do the black part separate. Anyways, I still feel like it turned out really cute. I decided not to paint over the design itself so it would still have its little shimmery effect, but I feel like this is so cute. You'll have to let me know if you like it down in the comments below. Okay, so strolling through the craft store, I found some really fun little acrylic pieces on a stand for under $2. They were like $1.50 and $1.70. So I feel like they would pair with these transfers, these rub-on transfers so perfectly. So I went ahead and grabbed those from Hobby Lobby. And then they do have a little plastic film on the plastic piece itself or the acrylic piece. So I just removed that. Dollar Tree has been putting out little acrylic sheets, which I love so much. They are so easy to craft with. And you could make this same exact thing just with an acrylic piece, two pieces of wood. You could sandwich it together, make a little stand at the bottom, but this just seems so inexpensive rather than purchasing $3.25 or hopefully won't go up to $1.50, but it looks like the Dollar Tree is changing their prices again. But these just seemed really like ready to go and really inexpensive. So I am just putting my favorite transfers on here. I went with the wild little wreath one, which I love. I have a fun idea. If you wanted to, you could cut out the little wild word in the middle if you didn't love that, and then just use the rub-on wreath, but I thought it was too cute. I did want these to pop off of this a little bit more and not get lost with the wall color behind it, so I decided to just apply some paint, and I love how this looks. I've done this to several things in my craft room that I've purchased like with quotes on them or something on glass and you can't really see it well. Just paint behind it. It makes the words on this pop, makes the little design pop, and looks so much better. For the square one or rectangular one, I did the collect moments not things, just applied it directly on here, did the same thing for the paint in the back, and these look too cute. Would be really fun to display with some just small photo frames sitting around it. Alright, so back to layering this canvas with some peel and stick. I found this canvas that was really dreamy. I feel like it was neutral and looked really, really pretty in my opinion. So I wanted to apply it to this wooden background. So I am just taking some of this peel and stick paper that I found at Dollar Tree that has like this wooden dark texture. I just love this. I feel like it's one of my favorites that they have out right now, and it's easy to match together. So I originally was going to do this on a canvas, but peel and stick doesn't stick directly to a canvas very well without adding some extra adhesive, so I didn't want to mess with that. I just decided to use this wooden square. It was the same size as the canvas I wanted to use, so no big deal, but try to get these to match together, and then just placing the canvas right on top. You cut away the extra peel and stick, and then take a piece of sandpaper or a sanding block, and you want to pull the peel and stick away from you, or pull the sandpaper away from you so that it drags it over the edge. Gives you a perfect edge every single time. This once again turned out really, really cute, something to add depth to it, make it have a little bit of contrast, so your canvas doesn't get lost in like your light wall colors, paint colors, or like if you set this on like a white bookshelf. For this next project, you'll need two canvases that look the same or that at least coordinate well with each other, but I just love using two of the same canvases and then putting it in one area. It makes it have like a more like impact on this space and fill up that space. So all I'm doing is taking this canvas and hot gluing this rope all the way around it. Now Dollar Tree puts out two different styles of rope. One is more like loose and really like has the extra like fuzz coming off of it, or the rope strands, threads, hairs coming off of it, but this one is a little bit more tightly twisted, and it's smaller. So I feel like it looks a lot better whenever you do projects. You always can take a lighter and kind of singe off the little hairs off of it if you don't like how it looks, but this one just comes like a little bit more tidier looking. So I wrap the canvas, put a little loop at the top, and then for the other side you just want to wrap it around a couple of times just to hide the ends of it, and this makes the perfect little hanger. You don't have to worry about hanging these up. You could literally push a little thumbtack into the wall, but these look so cute like hung on top of each other. You could do a set of 2 or a set of 3. I always love how this turns out. Another one of my favorite canvas hacks that I like to do is just apply hot glue to the canvas. I used to do this all the time. I haven't done it in a while, so it was so fun to look for a canvas where I saw that I could add like layers of hot glue to. I filled in the vase on this to give it some texture, and then added some little dots around in the flowers. And then if you want a new technique, you could take some sand or any kind of little fine piece or rock that Dollar Tree sells, or anything that you can find in nature, and apply it to the canvas. Also gives it a really fun effect. I'm using just the Elmer's clear glue here, and I coat the entire thing. It's going to make it look really nice and shiny, give it some dimension, and then sprinkle on some of my fun 3D pieces. So I picked up this small bag of just white sand and then just put it where the white sand was in the photo, as well as sprinkling just a little bit on the ocean part just to give it some of the same consistency and also giving a little bit of effect. But you can tell that I go really thick at the bottom and then just barely sprinkle it throughout the water. And I love how this looks, especially when the light hits it. Just adds so much texture to it. Such a fun project. Whenever I crafted a lot beforehand with canvases, I would always cut away the canvas and use the frame, especially whenever Dollar Tree was limited on like frames and wooden pieces. And people always ask how I could use the canvas. So I have a really fun idea today. If you are using the wooden frame of the canvas for something else, or you just want a fun craft to make, you can actually cut away the canvas and use it on its own. Now I'm using a sink plunger, toilet plunger, whatever you want to call it, for this project, but you also could just purchase dowel rods and not have to mess with it. They were just at one time the most inexpensive item or piece to get wood from the Dollar Tree. And then get 2 little rods that are about the same length as the canvas, maybe a little bit longer. Cut these down to the perfect size, sand the edges, and then start putting this together. I took a ruler and got some straight lines drew out so that I would have somewhere to cut and not make a mess of this, but just making a little canvas strip. I'm putting this face up and then rolling the canvas upwards. I love how the back is just a tad bit of a different color, adds a little bit dimension, a little bit of variety in there, and a little bit of more of a warm color than just the cool white. But I go ahead and roll up these little dowel rods or toilet plunger pieces into the canvas, get these in place, and then you can decorate this however you like. I love looking for stickers or rub-on transfers from the Dollar Tree to make little artwork out of like pieces like this, but you also could feel free to hand paint something, cut something out on your Cricut. But I love how this looks like the little perfect scroll. It just looks so cute. You could hang this from a shelf or on a hook. I picked up these clear stickers and I wanted to use the But First Coffee, something that I can display in my kitchen and then dress up around it. So I knew the sticker looked a little bit small for the space. So to give it more of an impact, I am just placing one of these plastic containers just for the square edge. You could use a small piece of wood or anything that you'd like to get this same design, but went around it with a Sharpie, filled that in a little bit better. But I feel like this really just pulls everything together, makes the sticker pop a little bit more, and just looks really cute. I added a string to hang this up and just love the final result. And then some of my favorite canvas projects are using these large flat ones. These are just in the Crafter Square section, but we can upgrade them to make them look really good for decor that you'll actually want to use in your home. So for this, I'm using some painter's tape, applying it around all of the edges, and then taking some like teal spray paint and painting the center of this. And then I'm going to barely spritz around the edges after I take the painter's tape off to give it a little bit of like an overspray effect and make these look really fun. So I'm going in with this coastal sage color. I love the 2X Rust-Oleum from Walmart. It's just like got a good coverage and just a great way to add that pop of color without having to worry about it running or streaking. I just feel like it's a high quality paint. Then I'm removing the painter's tape and like I mentioned, just going to overspray it just a little bit for another fun effect. And then you can feel free to decorate these however you want to, but I found these large wooden like plant designs or vine designs 3D cut out at the Dollar Tree, and I thought they were really fun. I removed the tag at the top and just glued these opposite directions. You could hang these together, but they make a really fun piece that we put together for less than like $3. Alright, so the first steps are pretty much the same in this project. Taping it off, filling in the middle with the teal paint, overspraying it a little bit. I just love that overspraying effect so much. I had to keep going with this, but I feel like it looks so good. It's just got that little paint sprinkle on the edges. And then I picked up some of these Woodpile branded letters from Hobby Lobby. I feel like they're a nice font. They're like really pretty. Easy to work with, and you don't have to worry about the spacing since they don't have all the curly little edges. But I go ahead and play around with these letters, trying to figure out what to spell, and then started putting them together. I love the technique of making it all one color, just adding that texture to it. I had one of these wooden little tulips on hand, so I cut the little stem down to fit in this, glued all of these down, and then taped off the white edges and spray painted this again with the same color. This is such a fun way to display artwork. Anything you want to say, if you have something that's really textured that you don't like the color of it or the design on it, you could easily cover it up like this, but such a fun way to display, and loved how this one turned out. After it dried, I felt like the little stem was missing just a tiny bit of something, and I needed something to pop off of this, so I added the tiniest little bow made out of jute, but I think it made it so cute. Thank you all so much for checking out today's video. Please leave me a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below which project was your favorite and what you want to see me craft with next. I would love to know. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy crafting. Bye.